All we gotta do is get a fire.
The gold medal goes to... I'm Greg Ovens.
I'm Amós Rodriguez.
And this is the 30-day survival challenge, Vancouver Island. There's only one rule. If you want to eat, you're going to have to catch and cook it first.
Sure. Cheers, man.
If you're just tuning in, don't forget to check out the link in the description below for the series playlist so you can start on episode 1. And when this episode's over, check out that playlist and you can watch Amós' side of the adventure.
Well, morning. We're going to do the bow drill one more time. Maybe those huckleberries helped me yesterday. We're going to give it one more go, and hopefully one of us gets it at least. And this is the day we have to pack up and head back, but it's not nearly as far as it was the first location, which we kind of planned because we knew we would be weaker towards the end. It's been a nice spot. The weather has been great. It's been sunny most of the time. We only had 2 full days of rain, and then a few days were sprinkled on and off a couple times throughout the day, but it's been pretty good weather. Well, the way I see it is if you don't get it on the first attempt, it just gets harder. You're better to go a little longer the first time than try 2 more times.
Exactly.
So.
Well, I got willow on cedar now instead of cedar on cedar. This
one's
is
harder.
A little harder, yeah.
It won't wear down as quick, but...
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I didn't get it. Oh man, you're kidding. Oh, my wedge came out.
That's gotta be a call.
Oh, my thing fell out. Ah, my wedge.
Yeah.
I can't keep a wedge in the stupid thing. You get it? Now you see, if you get a fire going with a bow drill, you don't want the fire to go out. You keep it going. I don't know if I have enough energy to go anymore. My arm is just done. No. We just refuse to give up. Ah. I got it.
Nice.
I got it, folks. 10th attempt. Oh boy. I got some powder here.
Wow, this was a...
What a marathon. It usually doesn't take that long.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Wow. So glad you got it, dude. I'm glad you didn't give up.
And this is the thing about having dry rotted stump. Get your coal bag. This time I'm not gonna fail. I refuse this time now that I struggled for 3/4 of an hour 10 attempts. And we finally got a coal. Longest bow drill fire in history. I didn't think I even had it left in me to do this.
I'm a child. I've never done it before. That's how I feel.
All we got to do is get a fire.
Yeah. That's it.
That's all. That's all.
That's it. It's as simple as that.
Well, I think my coal's big enough. I'd like to transfer it. Flame!
Nice.
So I did it.
Good job.
Where's my cedar? I got her, folks. I don't care about starting a fire on my fireboard. So, as you can see, I succeeded finally. Finally. This is just for dramatics now. Well, I did her. Oh, I'm glad I put the extra effort even though I was lightheaded, and
Yeah.
we got flame. I'm not going to build a fire here, but I had flame, and that was the whole goal. I'm satisfied with that. Made it work. Perseverance pays off. I'm going to keep this bow drill kit because when the video comes out, I'm going to remember how tough it was. How many attempts it took. It's a keepsake. Not much left of my spindle after about 21 attempts over 2 days. Finally got her with this set, so I'm going to keep it. The gold medal goes to... I'm even going to take my socket. Isn't that amazing, eh? It was like this long to begin with. Now it's like 5 inches. But I'm keeping this, and it's going to go on the wall. Even the socket. I really didn't think I had it left in me to go one more time, but I just thought, well, man, I just got to give her one more time here. One of us has to get a fire out of this. If you're in a survival situation, you're going to dig deep. Even if you're weak, you might need that fire. So, perseverance. I was ready to give up at least 5 times, but I kept going. And we got her. But, got a long way back to the airport. Throw some of my dirty laundry in here. My Scotch shirt that I thought was Sasquatch. I guess I just don't read stuff properly sometimes. It'll be a full pack. It's just the sleeping bags. Ah?
This is what I should have chosen for the competition, what I've been working on.
Did you do it with a hand drill? No.
Yeah, on video. Hey, Greg.
What's up?
Can you come here?
Well, that's even more impressive.
Well, not really if it's after the gold medal competition. But I've been working on this since I got here, and I don't know why I started clowning around with the other spindle when I didn't trust my confidence on the hand drill, and I thought the other one might be better. But it was so much clowning around when I don't have, when
it keeps flipping out on you.
Well, I just didn't have it set properly. I should have just chosen what I like to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Less material.
And what kind of woods?
Yeah, so this is elder
Elder?
and cedar.
Elder and cedar.
I harvested this one when I was on my hikes, and with the intention of using it for a hand drill set.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Oh, you'll get that. There you go, you got your fire too. Okay, that's all for, there you go.
I should have chosen that for my tools, and then because I like them better. But I thought, since I was so tired, I didn't know if I was gonna have the strength to do it. But I just did it right now.
It's a different motion, right?
Yeah, and it's less. So yeah, I want to show you, because you say you wanted to practice this one. There is a floating technique that basically the hands go back and forth, so you're trying to push down and keep it straight. But I have so many blisters from working and stuff, I'm not even doing that. I was just taking quick strokes, really fast down.
Oh yeah, you got smoke already. Okay, well,
Look at that.
I know. Keep going, you'll probably get her again. That's what you should have done.
That's what I should have done.
I think you got it already.
Yeah.
Like, that's quick.
Quick, man.
You got it.
Yeah.
Can I have this kit to practice?
You can have it.
All right, buddy. That's the best gift I've ever had.
Yeah, man. This is a set that works.
You got it. Because I want to practice that one.
Yeah, 5 minutes a week, a day, you know, because if you just keep going the same day,
Your
it
hands
doesn't,
get
you
sore.
know, and it doesn't help. Some people go until their hands are all blistered up, and it's not that. This is more the technique of trying to keep it straight. You see, when you do the floating, if you practice at home, the floating technique, you can go down on it. You can go down. You can keep it in there. You see? And you build your dust this way. Look.
So you got smoke again already.
Yeah, you build dust. And you can get a cold just by doing this. You see? And then once you're ready...
Well, I see you got one because you got a fire. And then I've seen it with two guys, and then as soon as one guy, the other guy starts,
goes.
right?
Yeah.
Well, if you could, you got it again.
Look. That's what I should have used.
Yeah, you should have. You would have beat me for sure. He was over there playing with his hand drill. Man, it didn't take him very long to get a fire. He gave me this kit and the bow. I'm going to treasure those gifts, and when the videos come out, I'll have these artifacts or souvenirs, and I'm going to practice the hand drill with his set too, because I want to accomplish that as well. Right on, Amós. And I better keep it away from Finn too, or he'll chew it up. Well, I guess you can run around for a bit now. Keep it up here for now, so he doesn't see it. This was on safety the whole time, leaning here. I did have a couple shells not in the chamber, but because you want to be safe. This thing is seized up. It's going to have to be oiled up. It's all the moisture and ocean water, I imagine. I'm making the last trip with a pot, Amos's bow, and a thing of rope. We're all packed up. Several trips again, quite a ways. Not nearly as far as the last location. About maybe a quarter the distance. So, but still, at this stage, we're feeling it, I'm telling you. Especially after that bow drill contest, which I won, by the way. Okay, well, I'm anxious to just get to a hotel and have a bath, shower, clean clothes, something to eat finally, that a change from fish and berries and stuff. All right, let's get on out of here. Morning. So we stayed at a hotel here in Port McNeill. Boy, it feels good to have a shower, and had some chicken wings. It was really nice just to get cleaned up and have something decent to eat. Was really a good thing. We got to head out, a lot of driving ahead of us today and tomorrow. Gonna go and see how Amós is making out. He's trying to get organized, I think. So, a lot of stuff to organize.
Oh my god, way too much. Why do I carry so much gear?
Well, I mean, you pretty well, if you don't have it, you don't have it. But if you need it and don't have it.
This will be my carry-on, yeah. So will be my camera, the cards.
Oh yeah, all the, I gotta give you my cards too, don't forget, huh?
This is the whole story right here.
Boy, how many cards did you go through?
Too many of them.
Like that looks like about 30 or more. Yeah, we got to get off the island at least today and
we have to
make some headway on the mainland even, because it's a long drive.
Yeah, we have.
We got all day tomorrow, but it's still going to take us all day tomorrow to get there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll go grab a coffee and we'll get packing here.
Okay.
Well, we're at the hotel where Amós is going to stay for a few hours till he catches his flight. We'll say goodbye. And thanks a lot, buddy.
We made it.
We made it.
We made it.
Yeah, man.
It was a long ride. We've been driving at night. I have just a couple hours to get checked in for the flight, to make sure the bags, all the axe, the knives, and everything is on the proper bag. And yeah, that's it. It was a good one. Good one, man.
It was
pretty
great.
epic adventure. Yeah.
So you take care,
Yeah,
man. I really appreciated you coming.
Yeah, thanks for
That
inviting.
was awesome.
Yeah.
You bet. Just wanted to talk a little bit about the 30-day survival challenge on Vancouver Island for a bit. Even though we only basically spent 26 days in the bush, you know, really the travel time. And the other thing was about this 30-day was I didn't really have a particular location nailed down. I made an attempt, as you remember in the other video, where I tried to go to the island to scout, try to find a location, and the next thing you know I got sick and in the hospital because of the bed bug situation.
Look at what it does to you.
Had I had a spot scouted out, we could have spent more time in the bush instead of looking for locations. And then there was the travel time. Amós only could spare 30 days and 2 days each way of travel from the airport. But I really think it was a long adventure. We got to know each other better, became better friends. That's the good thing about these challenges as well. The first time I met Amós was on Frozen in Labrador, and right away we clicked, we got along, you know, joking and laughing, having a great time. But we became closer friends, and now we're going to be doing things in the future together as well. Zach got his channel up and running, which I think is doing very great, so thanks for the support to Amós' channel. And he's going to grow as far as the channel goes, because he's got a lot of adventures of his own coming up, so keep the bell on his channel as well. You don't want to miss some of the skills that he has, some of the things he builds, hunting and fishing adventures on his channel. It was very interesting, you know, over on the island. Like, the rainforest is spectacular. There's so many things to see and do. The first location that we were at was very difficult to get to, in the sense that it was steep terrain, and then we had to go up the beach on loose rock quite a ways. We went a long ways from the truck at the first location, and we had to make about we made 3 trips for the gear, the camera gear, our gear. I had to bring dog food for Finn. I think I had about 40 cans of dog food, but there was a lot of weight just packing dog food on that challenge. Cans of dog food are not light. Didn't expect Finn to eat fish and plants. You noticed in the first location it was a lot of wind, big waves. We weren't able to get out on the ocean.
I don't know about the kayak, bro.
That's right here.
Yeah. That's about it.
The beginning of the trip didn't go so well, but there was lots of difficulties throughout the adventure. See what I mean? First of all, Amós was sick for the first couple of days, and then as soon as he got better, I got sick. Did get some rain in the beginning. We wanted to be a little closer to the truck in the second location, and so it wasn't so difficult at the end when we didn't have the energy left to pack the gear back. The second location was ideal. I really liked that spot even more than the first location. I mean, that was so cool. Finally, we were able to use the kayaks and get out into the ocean. But the fishing didn't seem to be as good there. For whatever reason, the salmon were jumping. We could see them every day jumping at the mouth of the river. But they just didn't seem to want to bite in that location. So the fishing didn't seem to be as good.
Are they even going for it?
But there wasn't the wind. And that forest there was just so cool with all the moss hanging off the trees. It was just a really, really special spot. And I'm going to go back to that spot because that's just so spectacular. I want to go back when the salmon are biting again and try to get some more adventure in that area. And it's funny, a lot of people saying things like, well, I can't catch fish. If it wasn't for Amós, I'd die. And you know, the thing about doing an adventure like that with a partner is everybody can have a job to do. You remember back to the 30-day I did with Zach Fowler in the Rockies, and you know, that's how it works in these challenges. When there's 2 of you, somebody can always be doing something else. Like in that situation with Zach, he'd be setting up the hammocks, and I would be starting the fire and things like that. So you work together as a team. And I couldn't have asked for a better partner than Amós. These birds are pretty loud over here. A lot of bird activity. But anyway, so you work together as a team. I don't get really offended by the comments, people saying, well, Greg doesn't even know how to fish or cast and things like this. Still, in my lifetime, I've caught enough fish that I think I don't really have to defend myself there. In this particular situation, Amós spent a lot more time fishing and was very successful, which we were both grateful for.
All right.
Because while he was fishing, I'd be collecting plants for teas and berries. So it all worked out good, working together as a team. We enjoyed each other's company. We never argued. We got along great. So I couldn't have asked for a better partner to do that challenge with on Vancouver Island. Amós, he's very skilled at primitive tools. He was just a great partner, very positive. And so that's the kind of people that you want to do these things with. We had some projects that we really liked. Building the chairs, his bow. I enjoyed building my set line fish trap, which I did have success with. And all in all, we had a great time out there. So on any adventure or survival challenge like this, you're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. I've been on so many of these long survival challenges, whether it's the Alone Show, not very long in Labrador, mind you. The more you do them, the harder they get, but the more experience you gather, and so you find ways to get through the day, as they say. Working with someone like Amós, it made things so much easier to just be out there. And it's good when you're doing a long challenge like that to have a partner. When you're doing things by yourself and you have nobody to talk to, so you do get a lonely feeling and you just want to kind of be at home. It's kind of a struggle sometimes to mentally stay focused on stuff. Whereas when you have someone like him to talk to, someone positive like that, you can build each other up, which we did. Just sitting around the fire in the evenings was pretty enjoyable as well. And of course we had Finn, and we both like Finn. So I mean, you know, nowadays he's a great partner to do these adventures with because he never complains. I know I did a lot of complaining on the 30-day. I read those comments as well. And I didn't really realize it until I started watching the videos myself that, yeah, these people are right. You know, you folks are right. I did too much complaining on that. So I want to, in the future, try to be more positive because I didn't realize it until I started watching that, yeah, what are you whining about? And so thanks for your comments, for bringing that to my attention. I wasn't doing it on purpose, but somehow I was complaining too much, Greg. You were. So we're going to change that in the future here. Make the best of things. We did meet some good people over on that adventure on the island as well. The beach cleaners were pretty cool people. What a good job they're doing. So a shout out to you beach cleaners. Cleaning up all the garbage that floats in from other countries. And we got to see them cleaning the beach. Neat seeing the helicopter come and take the big bags that they fill up with the garbage. And we didn't get any video of it, but there was a spot where they were putting all these bags, and they must have had about 40 of these big bags, and they were big bags as well. I would say, oh, bigger than 45-gallon drums, like 3 times the size of that. So there was a lot of garbage that they took off that beach there. We met a lot of good people on the way to the island. It was interesting on the ferry. Everybody recognized either Amós or myself. Constantly getting people wanting pictures, and it's funny when you travel with someone and you're both from the Alone Show, and I had my channel, which is doing well thanks to your support, and you get recognized everywhere you go. Amós after about the second, on the way to the island on the ferry, after all the people wanting pictures, and he says, "Man, Greg, over here in Canada, you're a rock star." Well, I do get recognized a lot, but he got recognized as well, and that'll only grow as far as when his videos take off. It's flattering. We appreciate all you fans. We certainly have time and take time, make time to talk with you and let you get pictures and this and that. But don't remember, we're not rock stars. We're just survivalists. Just trying to bring you some educational, entertaining videos. All in all, boy oh boy, we had fun. Some good laughs. We never laughed so hard as when we had to take the hook out at the hospital out of my finger. It's just I know the shape of the hook, right?
So which way this way?
Down this way, and then up and away. You got that, see?
I don't know, it feels like there's a little bit. Can you feel it?
Yeah, I'm starting to feel it. There we go. Yeah, sometimes that's the best way to do it. You got it. Yeah. She went in pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you.
I'm not trying to tell you your job, but
Thank you. No, I might need someone stronger than me to do this.
Amós can do it. Cut that off. Oh, it's twisting.
You want to cut this side off?
Yeah.
This one over the side.
No, not very strong cutters. No, they're not. I will. You need something like pliers, yeah. There.
Don't do this at home.
There! We got it! Oh boy, that.
You want to keep that?
I am going to keep it.
Yeah, that's a souvenir.
He didn't really know the shape of the hook. And so I was trying to explain that this hook comes straight, goes this way, that way, this way. It was a, you know, a snake hook kind of shape. And when she was trying to get it out originally, she was just not realizing the shape of the hook and was pulling on the tendon or whatever it was hooked on. So I just said, well, can I do it myself? Because I know the shape of the hook, and it might be easier because I know where it should come out. I could almost see the tip of it poking through the skin. And I knew that I would have to pull it this way, pull it back, out, like I would have to work it the right way. It wasn't just a loop hook. The nurse, she brought us all these weird implements. Of course, the one implement that Amós and myself didn't understand was these big bolt cutters, and I said, what, is it easier to just take the finger right off with the bolt cutters? I don't know why we need those, but anyway, that was an interesting hospital visit as well. It was really great when we were able to have fires. When we started out using the Coleman stove, you know, it was a little bit discouraging because basically, man, what is a challenge, or even just camping without a fire? And so we went almost halfway through the challenge just having to use the Coleman. Even in the smoker, we had to use the Coleman. And once we could use fire, our spirits just rose. Fire time! It just made such a difference to the way we felt about being there all together. We could dry clothes, we could just sit around a warm fire. You know about burning shelters down, don't you?
I do have an idea too about that.
When it was the Coleman days, I mean, how are you going to warm up? You can't really sit around the Coleman stove. You just have to dress for the occasion. We couldn't dry our clothes. So it was a lot more of a nuisance without a fire.
I'll never take fire for granted again.
It was a real shame as well that we couldn't utilize the shellfish because there was the red tide. That was a bit discouraging as well. So that entire coast, the shellfish was closed due to red tide. So we did see the signs, we phoned the number to inquire, and we were told that it would be March 2023 until we could eat the shellfish. That would have made it a little easier. There was lots of big mussels, as you saw. Mind you, like if you go back to frozen, that's all I was eating was spruce needle tea and mussels. And after about 6 days there of that, well, I realized that, man, there wasn't much food there. The mussels would have been nice. We could have made like a chowder if we would have had those mussels. The red tide apparently doesn't seem to affect the crab. Now, we did set crab traps, but we never had any success in that area finding or catching crab. And there was a lot of sea otters in that area. That may be the reason that we weren't catching crab. It was really nice to have Finn there. I had to start tying him up at night because we had bears in camp every single night. We must have seen 50 bears. We never saw bears at the first location, but when we got to the second location, we had bears in camp once, twice a night, sometimes 3 times a night. Finn chased them off for the first couple of nights, disappeared. I was worried, oh man, so then I had to start tying him up. He treed one right beside my hammock, but a lot of bears. We must have seen 50. We saw some big bull elk as well. Some big Roosevelt elk that we kept seeing once in a while. And, it would have been nice to get more bear footage of them fishing for the salmon in that river. But the bears, once they see you, they just take right off. I think you'd almost have to set up a blind and just wait to get that footage. But you could hear them fishing at night. You could hear them walking up and down the river on the rocks, and sometimes you knew that they had caught a fish because you'd hear the fish flopping in the gravel. You could hear the bear walking, jumping and splashing, then you'd hear him come back on the gravel and a fish flopping. You could hear this. But it seemed like most of their fishing they did at night. You did see the odd one in the daytime, but if they spotted you, they took off into the bush, and so we didn't really get the kind of bear footage that I would have liked. I think if I go back to that location to fish next year, I'm going to set up a blind and try to get some better, closer footage of them fishing. The bush there is very thick. We both had trouble walking through the... If you didn't stick to a trail there, you can't really walk through that salel and thick brush. I fell and caught my leg in that big hole that time, out berry picking. Didn't even notice it really. It was kind of covered in a layer of moss just on some small branches, and I fell down about 4 feet at least into that hole. It's a good thing I didn't sprain an ankle or sprain a knee. I jarred my knee, but I didn't really sprain it. But it was a little painful for a day or two. All in all, that 30-day was a success. The company was fantastic. And what can you say, like any adventure is an adventure. Whether it goes good or it goes bad, it's still an experience. So you take the good with the bad, you make the best of it, and I think we had a fair amount of success all in all. I thank you all for watching the challenge. I thank you for your comments, your support, and we're going to continue to do these challenges in the future. You're always glad you do these adventures, even if they don't work 100%. I have plans to do other adventures with Amós as well. Next year, we're going to go on a bison hunt, Amós and myself. I like doing these challenges, and we're probably going to do some shorter adventures of, say, a week, 10 days this year. with different people from the Alone Show. Both Amós, myself, me, some of the other Alone contestants in various areas. So there's lots of exciting things coming up. We just got to get out there and do them. Never been around so many celebrities all at once. There's always someone keen to come and do an adventure, and then you get to see us interact and the different skill levels and knowledge and the sharing and the working together. That's what these challenges are about. So it's not necessarily who catches the most fish, who knows more plants, who's better looking. It's not that. But anyways, I appreciate you all for watching the 30-day. There's going to be more like it in the future, so you'll have to just keep the bell on for notifications. I am here in Australia, and hoping to bring you some interesting videos from over here. I've never done any videos in Australia, and you'll see some different wildlife, different birds and plants. I am going to do a couple of day survival challenge so that I can see what plants I can find that I know and see if I can catch some fish. I am also going to do some prospecting. When you're in Australia, you have to do some prospecting. I mean, they've got more gold than almost any country in the world, so I'm going to do some of that on this adventure here. But the 30-day with Amós was just fantastic. I just really appreciated his company. So if you're watching this, Amós, thanks for coming along and accepting the invite. Thanks for watching the 30-day, and I'll see you on these new adventures here in Australia. I can't think of anything else to say, John.
Amós Rodriguez Survival and Ovens Rocky Mountain Bushcraft are brought to you by Fowler's Makery and Mischief Studios. Check out our shop here. And for the next video in the series, hit the link here. And don't forget to subscribe to Amos's channel and Ovens Rocky Mountain Bushcraft here. And thanks for watching the 30-Day Survival Challenge, Vancouver Island.